What is going on, everybody? My name is LeakyTapsMan and this is another This Week in Gaming number 40, where I bring you up to date with everything going on in the world of games. And a lot of interesting news has actually gone on this week, and I'm going to start with what I believe to be the most interesting, and that is an insider source at 2K Games has apparently said that Mafia 3 was intended to be a launch title for the next Xbox, but now it will not make the launch date due to studio cuts, and the game is now expected to be a late 2013 release or a 2014 release. Now, I would be under the assumption that a late 2013 release would mean that it would be a launch title. I'm assuming that's when the next generation of consoles is going to come. But either way, if you can consider this some kind of solid information of Mafia 3 being in actual development rather than just conceptual stages, this is a positive development in general. And seeing as we've heard very little on the Mafia 3 front, other than they're sharing a lot of resources with Grand Theft Auto 5, then it doesn't surprise me that much that Mafia 3 is coming out around 2014. But it's a game that I secretly have high hopes for. Some more news about a game for the next generation as well. Thief 4 is rumoured to have been pushed back to a launch title for the next generation of consoles. Now, this was announced a couple of years back for the 360 and PlayStation 3, and for whatever reason it's obviously been delayed. Maybe the ideas were too ambitious for the technology, but either way, Thief is a very big franchise, at least on the PC, and to have it as a launch title on the next generation might convince a lot of people to make that jump, and it's definitely a game that could show off that kind of technology. And I think as the weeks and the months progress, we're going to see far more rumours and announcements regarding next gen, and we're going to see very little, if any, news regarding the current gen games or announcements. I think with the Xbox in particular, we can expect 360 support to just be absolutely cut off as soon as the 720 or Durango, whatever they call it, becomes official. Okay, also this week, some pretty massive news regarding DayZ. For those of you that don't know what DayZ is, it's basically a mod for the game Arma 2, which is a military shooter simulator game, and it's a mod that basically allows you to play a multiplayer zombie survival game, and it really pushes the survival aspect. It's quite a fascinating concept. It's rough around the edges because it's in alpha, but now it's been announced that the game is coming out as a standalone game. It's going to be published by Bohemia Interactive, who made the actual Arma 2 game, and the original creator of the DayZ mod is going to be the project manager, so it's in capable hands. It'll be nice to see a proper finished article of the game coming. I personally would love to see it on next generation consoles. I imagine the current gen ones couldn't handle it, but the game as a concept is absolutely fascinating, so I'd love to see it made a reality. Alright, another thing this week, the executive producer of Epic Games, Rod Ferguson, has said that a Gears of War first-person shooter is a possibility. When asked about the potential for the series to go in that direction, he said, "I'm a big believer in never say never." Well, Roddy, you probably should say never, because Gears of War just should not be an FPS. Epic Games already has Unreal Tournament and Bulletstorm, which are both great franchises. Just leave Gears of War alone, please. That's my take on it anyway. In fact, I'd like you to leave a comment whether you think Gears of War should ever go into first-person shooting territory, because I'd be interested to see the kind of response. And finally this week, a screenshot of supposedly the new Prince of Persia has emerged online. This is the rumoured series reboot, and although I can't show the screenshot myself, be sure to try and find it. You don't need to look that hard, but the screenshot looks a lot closer to Assassin's Creed than it does to Prince of Persia. This popped up on Ubisoft's website, and it was named POP02, and Prince of Persia 0 was a cancelled project that was said to provide the series with a major reboot. So maybe this is back in development, or maybe they just ballsed it up and this game actually doesn't exist to any degree. But I thought the whole cel-shaded Prince of Persia was meant to be the reboot of the series, and to be honest, I thought it was a very good one. That was probably my favourite Prince of Persia. But either way, Ubisoft have got some explaining to do. And that more or less summarises everything that's gone on this week in the world of video games. Not necessarily an abundance of news, but I thought all of those were quite interesting developments. And I'll outline what you can expect from my channel this week. This might become a weekly thing in my T.W.I.G, so I can keep you all in the loop about what to expect, at least in the forthcoming week, because I'm aware that not very many of you use Twitter, even though that's how I primarily communicate this kind of information, but it's probably better to do it in this. Anyway, enough yapping. This week I'm going to finish my giveaway, so I'll announce who's won. That was a 1,000 subscriber one. I will also do my first question and answer video where you can submit all your questions to me. And jumping ahead 1 week, not this week coming up, but next week I'll be doing a wishlist video for Uncharted 4. So those are my immediate plans. I just wanted to give some more transparency to my channel, seeing as I often play my cards close to my chest. So you've got that to look forward to. A huge thank you for watching, and be sure to leave a comment about the week's news. Anything to do with it. Goodbye.